Welcome to the New to Crypto podcast, designed to guide you through the crypto landscape with pinpoint accuracy, created for the new and intermediate crypto investor. Join your host, Crypto Travels Michael, as he takes you through the different facets of getting started and succeeding in your crypto journey. New to Crypto podcast brings you new episodes daily, Monday through Friday, with surprise bonus episodes sometimes on the weekend. Let me ask you, are you new to crypto? Don't know where to start? Are you more experienced but have questions? Then you're in the right place. This podcast is designed for you. Coming at you from the Trading Center in the Lifestyle Design Studio, here's your host, Crypto Travels Michael.
I'd like you to welcome to the show Justin Wenczka, a veteran in the industry and responsible for leading the company's commercial strategy over at Verasity. Justin has 10 plus years experience in adtech, focusing on advertising security and performance. Justin was the co-founder and CEO of PubGuard, which revolutionized in-app ad verification and aided app developers to automatically identify harmful advertising and increase ad revenue. Justin is the CRO at Veracity. Veracity is a protocol and product layer blockchain platform for esports and digital content. Veracity is committed to delivering a better user experience for all stakeholders within the digital content space. Within esports, Veracity promises to dominate the industry with Vera Esports, using superior blockchain technology and the best gamified viewership experience. Today, we're going to talk about NFT gaming, esports, and more. Here's a quick word about our new sponsor, Brave, who we're excited to talk about. Brave Wallet is the first secure crypto wallet built natively in a Web3 crypto browser. No extension required. You can store, manage, and grow your portfolio, get NFTs and multi-chain support. Download the Brave privacy browser at brave.com/new-to-crypto and click on the wallet icon to get started. So I'd like to welcome Justin from Veracity to the podcast. Justin, thanks for coming out today. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, actually. No, it's in the run up to the holidays, so mad dash to the finish line, but it's all going exceptionally well.
Absolutely. Hey, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Veracity, and just kind of paint a picture as to what's going on in Veracity, and a little bit about yourself in regarding the crypto industry?
Yeah. So I'll start with my background and then sort of run through Veracity. So I'm a digital advertising specialist. I've been working in the industry for a prolonged period of time. What I was doing initially was buying and selling advertising on top tier publishers, top tier properties, websites, mobile sites, applications, and everything like that. And my specific focus is performance based advertising. It was the sort of the focus of my dissertation many moons back. And then that sort of passion for performance based advertising led me to analyze the advertising systems. Digital advertising is a bit of a very immature sort of industry. I mean, there's about $360 billion that goes through digital advertising pipelines. And when I say immature, the technology is sort of built iteratively. So you've got sort of effectively like a mass sort of Jenga of different companies and providers that sit between like Coca-Cola, who wants to advertise Coca-Cola to you, and then the website that you're on that's then hosting that Coca-Cola ad. And there's a lot of people in the middle. And through analyzing performance advertising, I noticed that there were a lot of problems when it came to advertising security, fraud, misattribution, and everything like that. And from my perspective, when I was buying advertising, it meant that we could be less effective, and it meant that it would cut into our margins and everything like that. So about 6-7 years ago or so, I founded a company to identify fraudulent ad activity and identify, close one of these loops, one of these security loopholes within the system. That went pretty well, and I exited that company, sold it to a PLC about 2-3 years back, and I still remain focused on sort of security issues within the advertising sector, and I've been into crypto pretty much since its inception, really, because I think the technology is very interesting, and what it allows people to do is inherently interesting, and it solves one of the big problems within the advertising industry, which is transparency and accountability, really. As I say, I was able to identify the loophole within the security side of things, of people getting detrimental ad content through, just because I worked so closely. I have worked so closely and continue to work closely with major publishers, so people who own major websites, applications, and everything like that, and had helped them to generate revenue. However, if you were to apply, and as we're doing with Veracity, if you apply open ledger technology to the reporting systems that go through the transactions, it doesn't matter how many middlemen that these ads pass through. You have a clear line of sight, basically, from Coca-Cola to you receiving your Coca-Cola ad and buying loads of Coca-Cola. I'm not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but if they want to send me loads of Coca-Cola, I'd be happy for it. So basically, once I sold my company, started up an advisory to help scale up startups and everything like that, because it's like extremely scary to start a business and to scale it and everything like that. And I help a fair few projects to articulate their offerings to the wider market. And I was introduced to Verasity actually through their patents. So they have a patent called Proof of View, which is basically the merging of invalid traffic technology and an open ledger backend. And as I say, with an open ledger backend, that transparency is brilliant for solving the problem within the ad tech space of fraudulent traffic, bot traffic, and basically people using systems to manipulate the advertising sector so that they generate revenue without anybody actually seeing that type of content. So the problem as it stands is, as I say, $360 billion industry within advertising, and advertising fraud accounts for about $100 billion of that. So it's absolutely rife throughout the system, and it's basically if it was a bucket, holding water, the water being the revenue and stuff like that, it's more comparable to like a fish net, than anything. It's got more holes than bucket at this point. So what Veracity does is it takes the ability to identify fraudulent users and fraudulent traffic and so on, and then it just shines a light on that and gives transparency to the system. Veracity itself, Veracity as a company, has VRA, which is an openly traded token, and that's effectively the oil in all of the machines that we build out. The overarching goal for Veracity is to bridge esports and blockchain, and we've been doing that effectively through our owned and operated publisher Vera Esports. We host lots of international tournaments and everything like that. And as I say, my primary focus is building out the advertising technology so that we have fraud-free, transparent advertising technology that powers Vera Esports and can power any video publisher, so they can basically generate revenue and they can have a fraud-free environment for their users to come through and for advertisers to roll onto. Where we're at currently is that we have Veriviews, which is an ad stack. So you can either embed a video player or you can embed the technologies within a pre-existing video player that you may have on a website or application, and then you can make sure that you kick out all of the invalid traffic on that property, and you serve ad content through that system as well. And we're rolling that out to not just obviously Vera Esports. We're rolling out to a lot of publishers in the in the new year, and we've got some announcements underway that I can't necessarily go into currently on pain of death. So we have the Veriviews player, we have Proof of View, the patented technology.
Mm-hmm.
We have VRA, the VRA token, and so on. And as I say, VRA is almost like our unit of operation. It's the oil in the machine.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have quite a few friends talking about your token right now. They have a lot of interest in it. For our listeners that aren't familiar with esports, can you kind of just paint a picture for our listeners that this might be their intro to what is esports?
Yeah. Okay. So, Vera Esports is a platform for being able to watch esports tournaments. But effectively, what esports are generally is people competitively playing video games. So there are a lot of well-known titles within the esports scene, things like League of Legends, Valorant, and a few other larger games and so on. And people compete on the world stage for ridiculously large amounts of money. There are professional esports teams, and they have professional gamers that will play in stadiums, like as in full sports stadiums and everything like that. And it's quite an interesting sight to behold. Lots of flashing lights, lots of fanfare and everything like that. And then you've got sort of 8 people who just sort of calmly sit behind computers, and then it's it's all on the screens and everything like that. The games themselves are on the screens and everything. But the engagement is just absolutely ferocious. I mean, brands love it because the gaming, the gamers out there, they're not usually swayed by normal types of advertising content. They want things which are affiliated with the digital properties that they love, these games and so on. And as such, you've got brands who pay an incredibly large amount of money to sponsor these events and to have branding affiliated with it and everything like that. And the problem is that it's a very high price point for entry. I mean, if you want to spend like tens of millions of pounds on sponsoring these events, which, as I say, to put it in context how big these events are, I think it was years back, it was like 2-3 years back or something like that, the League of Legends finals, the grand finals, had more viewers than the NBA finals. So it's
Wow.
absolutely massive. And a lot of people are engaging with this content through their, watching on the computers, mobile phones, and all of these different bits of bobs. And what we do with Vera Esports is we allow, we have a platform where people can watch esports. So if you are interested in esports, I would suggest going to Vera Esports and seeing about it. But we also take a very very caring approach when it comes to the way that we respect the viewers who come to our site and everything like that. So historically, what you would do is you'd have video content, you would show people ads, and then you would take all of that money and you'd I don't know, buy a yacht or whatever. I don't know. But what we do at Vera Esports is we reward people for watching video content via Vera Esports. You accumulate Vera Esports points, and then those can be redeemed for in-game items. They can be redeemed for VRA. There's a lot of different mechanisms that you can reward the users for engaging. I think it's just a nice ethical way to give back to the community. And it's obviously not just being embraced by Veracity Esports, but by also the video publishing platforms that we work with as well.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that the audience was that huge. Brave Wallet is the first secure crypto wallet built natively in a Web3 crypto browser. What's Web3? Web3 is freedom from big tech and Wall Street. More control and better privacy. But there's a weak point in Web3, your crypto wallet. Most wallets are browser extensions, a Web2 technology. That means the same old risks: app spoofing, phishing scams, and theft. Brave Wallet is different. Brave Wallet is the first secure wallet built natively in a Web3 crypto browser. No extension required. With Brave Wallet, you can buy, store, send, and swap assets, manage NFTs, even connect other wallets and dApps, all from the security of the best privacy browser on the market. Whether you're new to crypto or a seasoned pro, it's time to ditch those risky extensions. It's time to switch to Brave Wallet. Download Brave at brave.com/new to crypto and click on the wallet icon to get started. You had touched on gaming. Justin, what is NFT gaming? Someone's asked me recently, and we haven't covered it on the podcast, and this would be a really good time, being that we're on this topic.
Yeah. So NFT gaming is a very interesting topic at the moment, and also there are some fabulous products and projects which are starting up in that space. So NFT gaming, in its original state, is basically a game which is built around NFTs or non-fungible tokens. So what those are is basically a method of attribution of a digital item to an individual via like a crypto wallet. So there's a similar way that you would buy like Bitcoin or Ethereum or VRA, and then you would have that in the wallet. You have the digital item itself, like affiliated with your with you as an individual. Now, a lot of the current games like that, or I see almost like a first generation of NFT games, are games which are built around these NFTs. So it's a lot of things which include like collectible items like cards and also things which sort of merge over time. So there's a lot of like games which include like breeding animals by buying two NFTs and then combining those to make another NFT and so on. And in the short answer to what is NFT gaming. NFT gaming is pretty rubbish, like in general, if I'm honest, because I play a lot of games, right? I play a lot of games. So I think that I don't think anyone's really cracked the market in NFT gaming, as in a game built around the concept of NFTs. But as I say, the NFT is just a way of attributing that digital asset to an individual. What the interesting thing that's happening at the moment is that the games companies are starting to embrace NFT marketplaces as a way that they can transact in-game items, and the users can then transfer that between individuals. Most notably, I think it was start of this week or last week or so on, there's a gaming company called Ubisoft who make games like Assassin's Creed and a few other like Tom Clancy games, so shooting games, and they make a lot of content. They're a very good games developer, very reputable. Now, in one of their current titles, they've introduced an NFT marketplace where you can buy in-game items, and then you can trade those in-game items between one account and another account. And this is the interesting technology that's being released at the moment. This is something that we've been working on for quite some time. We have sunk a lot of money into developing this, and we also have a lot of big gaming companies that we're in discussions with about how to, roll out this technology for them. A little miffed that Ubisoft beat us to the punch, but that's the way it goes, I suppose. But in terms of that technology, historically, if you were to buy an item within a game environment, so say for example you have a digital character in a game, you have like an army man or something like that, and you're like, I want my army man to be the coolest looking army man, so I bought him like some sunglasses or something like that, right? So you buy these sunglasses with real money and so on, and usually those would be locked to your specific account. So you can buy them, but you have no way of actually then selling that item. So there's like a big grey market where people sort of facilitate transactions and stuff like that, so that you can change it between characters and so on. There's a game called CS:GO where this is quite common, where people will sell skins for items and everything like that, and these marketplaces and so on are tens of billions of dollars of revenue is estimated to go through these marketplaces. But if you don't have those marketplaces, those grey marketplaces, people will actually sell their whole game account to go through and so that they can transact those specific items. Now, the reason I call it like a grey market is because with NFTs, what you're able to do is to generate revenue from the sale and resale and distribution of digital items indefinitely, right? So what that means is that instead of it being a single transaction that goes through like the gaming company and so on, the gaming company gets paid for selling you the lovely sunglasses. They get paid when you trade the lovely sunglasses. They can even get paid if you rent your lovely sunglasses to people and so on and so forth. So the way that an NFT marketplace is sort of put together enables free commerce of these digital items between individuals, and it allows these gaming companies to generate additional revenue as it goes forward. And the thing is that it opens up way more revenue streams than these companies were initially envisaging for the type of content. I mean, I think it's Fortnite. They sold like $9 billion of like cosmetic items or something along those lines. Like in 2019, I think it was 2020 or something like that. Right. So. And if somebody was looking to sell those items, they would generate perpetual revenue as it goes forward. And you end up with this sort of like this whole avenue opening up of digital memorabilia. And it is actually worth noting as well that because NFT is effectively like a digital rights management tool, so it says you own this piece of digital content. It can be applied to gaming, but it can be applied to anything that is a digital asset, right? It could be a video, it could be music, it could be like anything. I think that had the music industry had the option to embrace NFTs and so on, they probably wouldn't have had their pocket picked by like Spotify and what was the Metallica had a lawsuit with Napster and all this sort of stuff. That wouldn't have happened, and it would have been embraced a lot earlier. But it's here now and it's taking over.
Absolutely. Let me ask you, since we're on this topic, how do you see the future of crypto with integration of esports and even NFT gaming?
So yeah, the future of crypto is.
What would you like to see?
What would I like to see?
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see a lot of consolidation in activities and technologies, and also the ease of adoption of crypto in the mainstream and so on. As I say, Esports is a good is a good example of this, of what we're doing, where you watch content, you earn points, and then you can exchange those points for crypto, and then you can do with that freely whatever you're looking to do. I think in terms of base technology, in terms of like open ledger technology, I think it should be applied to pretty much any industry where there is a need for transparency of transactions and so on, and that actually increases trust and increases security and transparency, really. As I say, the advertising sector is one of the prevalent ones in that. And another point to mention with that as well, with those open transactions and everything like that, you can agree a transaction and anybody can audit that transaction, but that can be agreed pretty much in real time. I mean, one of the big issues within the advertising sector is that there's ridiculous payment terms that are being pushed upon people who own websites and applications and everything like that. So what the open ledger technology enables, and what Veriviews does, Veriviews is the video player and ad server all in one that we offer out to websites and so on. What that enables is almost immediate commerce. So instead of having to wait 180 days or something like 120, 180 days or so on to get paid for the services that you provided to advertisers, you can get paid pretty much on the spot. We are looking to greatly reduce those payment terms. So it means that the people who create the content that everyone wants to see, they actually have better cash flow and everything like that. And obviously, with better cash flow comes more investment. With more investment comes mutual growth, and it just means that it speeds up all of the transactions, and that transparency and so on. The fact that you can have it audited, you can go through and audit it by third parties, means that you can use as many third parties as you want. And it doesn't matter because everyone has exactly the same information on hand. So, in terms of crypto and how it's adopted, I think it should be adopted. Like blockchain technology should be adopted in any industry where you want speed of transactions and you want transparency for what it's going through. It could go literally through anything. In terms of the esports landscape and so on, I think it needs to be more accessible to brands. It needs to be, it's a huge industry. I mean, it's in terms of hobbies and stuff like that, it's pretty much up there. Do you know what I mean? It's
really grown. It's enormous now. To compete with professional, regular mainstream sports, I guess you could say, in terms of audience size for large events, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's so accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's anybody theoretically could, go through and play esports and so on. I mean, there's, even people with, severe sort of disabilities and so on. There are amazing charities out there who work with people, build custom controllers and everything like that, so you can go. It's literally the most inclusive hobby that you could have, and the esports is the testament to how you sort of scale that up and make it to compete with the NBAs and the large sporting events as they currently exist. But in terms of grassroots, engaging with people who are watching gaming, who are playing and everything like that. Mm-hmm. I would like to see brands engaging with all of the grassroots thing. The thing is, they're a bit wary at the moment because of there being so much fraudulent traffic historically within the sector and so on, and that's why with Veriviews and so on, and Proof of View, the patented technology, we're cutting out the fraudulent activity and making sure that brands have scalable inventory to run on and secure inventory as well.
Awesome! Wow, that's exciting. In closing, is there anything you can share with us for what's coming in 2022? Any announcements or any information with Veracity? And we're just about at the new year over here, so.
Yeah. So we're in early July. We should have the new roadmap for what we're looking to achieve in terms of the Q4 roadmap, we're all, we've hit all of the targets that we are looking at the moment. In terms of the new year, we actually have some very large announcements that are coming out before the new year. We've got a lot of interesting partnerships across all of the activity that we run. So we have obviously the advertising technologies, the esports side of things, and core complementary elements, crypto as well. So we've got, I'm pretty sure we've got something for everybody who's a fan for whatever they are a fan of. But yeah, in terms of that, I think you're going to have to keep your eyes peeled. So we engage with our audience like a lot. I mean, it's honestly, the Veracity community is one of the most brilliant communities to be part of. Like, they're always so kind and so supportive of what we're doing. So best channel really to get information would be Verasity Tech, our Twitter, but also we host Discord and Telegram channels and so on in 19 different languages. So we've got people all over the world who are helping to engage with our community, and we get a lot of love back. So yeah, I would say if I was looking to keep up to date, I would definitely go to Veracity Tech Twitter, and then as much as you want to engage with what we're doing, follow us on different social channels as well, and we're always happy to talk.
Absolutely. We'll have all of those links on the website for the episode page for today's episode. Justin, I really want to thank you for coming by and sharing with us. We welcome you back anytime, and thanks for painting a picture as to, things regarding esports and NFT gaming and what you guys have going at Veracity.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much. I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure. So yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. I shall probably take you up on the offer of coming back at some point. And yeah, as I say, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Anytime
you and your team are welcome. So you heard it here first from Justin, what they have going at Veracity. Definitely like and subscribe to the podcast if you like today's episode, and chime in here tomorrow for a very special episode. Until then, make it a great day.
Thanks for tuning in to New to Crypto Podcast. If you like the episode, be sure to follow and subscribe. You can listen to every episode on all major platforms. Have an interest in being on the show or want advertising? Reach out at newtocrypto.io. Head over to our site, newtocrypto.io, to access the resources mentioned in each episode. Until next time, remember to navigate the crypto landscape with pinpoint accuracy.